In the headlines, gunmen attack communities in Niger State, killing many people. Independent National Electoral Commission reschedules 2023 elections and governorship election now in March. Nigerian Communications Commission warns Nigerians on new ways hackers steal banking details from phone. And on the foreign scene, Greece summons Russian envoy after bomb kills 10 nationals. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Martia Umar. And now the news in details. Bandits have killed many people, including a father and his son, in separate attack in Mashegu, Lavun, and Wushishi local government areas of Niger State, with many residents displaced in the attack, which occurred between Friday and Saturday. The media aide to Mashegu Local Council chairperson Muhammad Isa, who confirmed the attack, said the chief of staff to the council chairperson Umar Ubegi and his father were among those killed during the attack. Residents said in Mashegu local government area, the villages attacked were Sahun Rami, Igbedi, Shekaku, Ubegi, Meishankafi, and Poshi, killing the village head of Poshi community, as well as 7 others in Sahun Rami and Meishankafi. Reports say the bandits moved from one village to the other, motorcycles, killing and abducting people, and also rustled cows belonging to villagers, while about 13 communities were sacked. While in Lavun Council area, 10 villages were reportedly attacked, leaving at least 3 persons dead, while 3 others were kidnapped. The villages attacked in Lavun local government areas were Igbako, Daban, Kupa, Ndaruka, Sogi, Mawogi, Yemi, Managi, Konko, and Gokata. The latest attack in the state followed that of Shirur local government area, where 4 officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps NSCDC were killed by suspected Boko Haram terrorists at Galadi Mankogo village using explosives. And moving on, the police command in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, has rescued 11 kidnapped victims in Gwargwada community in Kuje area council of the territory. The police public relations officer in the FCT, DSP Josephine Adi, stated this in a statement on Saturday in Abuja. She said the victims kidnapped on February 17th were rescued unhurt on Saturday following prompt response by operatives of the command to the report of the abduction. Adi said intelligence at the disposal of the command uncovered the criminals den in a forest within Kuje area council of the FCT, adding that police operatives are combing the forest to harass the criminal elements and rescue their victims. Meanwhile, the rescued victims are undergoing medical evaluations and will be reunited with their families as soon as confirmed medically stable. And kidnapped victims in Rijau local government area of Niger State have been rescued along Densado axis in Maru local government area of Zamfara State. And the spokesperson of Zamfara Command, SP Muhammad Shehu, stated this in Gusau in efforts by the command in its continuous search and rescue operations aimed at rescuing victims that are currently in captivity at various bandit enclaves in the state. He said joint police and military operatives, while on a coordinated bush clearance around Densado axis, successfully rescued the victims. The victims, during debriefing, informed the police that on 21st February 2022, bandits in large numbers stormed their village and abducted 7 of them to a known location in Densado forest of Zamfara State. The spokesperson said the victims have been taken to Yarima Nubakura Specialist Hospital Gusau, where they received medical checks and will be handed over to the Commission of Police, Niger State Police Command, for appropriate action. And still in Kaduna State, bandit attack leaves at least 7 people dead in 3 communities of Randagiv district of Birnin-Gwari local government area of Kaduna State on Friday. Birnin-Gwari Vanguard for Security and Good Governance, in a statement signed by Chairman Ibrahim Abubakar Nawari, said the bandits on motorcycles numbering about 50 attacked the communities on Friday, preventing people to conduct Jamaat prayers. Muhammad Yaba gives us an update of the attack.
Bandits in large number invaded 3 communities in Wendegi district of Birnin Gwari local government area of Kaduna State on Friday morning, killing 7 villagers. During the attack that lasted hours, the bandits abducted an undisclosed number of women from the village. It was also gathered that some of the victims that sustained injuries were rushed to Birnin Gwari General Hospital for treatment. Similarly, the bandits carried out another attack along Birnin Gwari Kaduna Highway on Saturday around 10 a.m., injuring 4 victims. Among the victims, a student of Birnin Gwari College of Science and Technology who was said to be traveling to Kaduna for his JAMB registration. Confirming the incident, the local government chairman of Birnin Gwari, Hajia Umake Ahmad, said 2 victims were brought from Wendegi village for treatment. She also said that the student is undergoing treatment at the hospital.
And in Rivers State, the Rivers State Police Commissioner, Friday Eboka, said that the command has rescued 2 children kidnapped in various locations in the state, while 3 members of the kidnapped syndicate were arrested. The report.
Parading the suspects alongside other suspected criminals at the police headquarters in Port Harcourt, the State Commissioner of Police, Friday Eboka, said the rescued children, aged 4 and 12, were kidnapped from their mother's shop on September 25, 2020. Eboka said operatives from the command rescued the children following a covert operation on June 2021 and February 23, 2022, respectively.
We could record on 25th of September 2020. 2 little children were stolen from their mother in their shop. One of them, who was just 4 years old then, was called Favor Boniface, and his sister Miracle Boniface. We were solely sitting there, but we were looking for them until recently, on the 23rd of February this year, that just 2 days ago. We were able to rescue that little girl and arrested 3 suspects in connection with that matter.
Meanwhile, the police force also paraded a fake military man following information that he was brandishing a rifle at a hotel in Rumigbo area of Port Harcourt. Some of the suspects confirmed while they were arrested.
First of this month, we had information that the suspect was brandishing a G3 rifle in a hotel, G3 Hotel at Rumigbo, Port Harcourt. We moved swiftly to the place, and the man known as Adamu Siraju, the man in military uniform there, was arrested. And the G3 rifle was recovered from him. The man confessed that he's not a military man. And the military uniform on him, he said maybe one of his friends gave it to him, but he had nothing to do with the military. He's not a military man at all.
This woman, I met her in Aba on a bus. So me, I'm a nurse. We were like discussing. So she told me that she's a welfare woman. I told her I'm a nurse. That was how we got in contact with her. So she now told me that one of her auntie does not have a child, that she wants to help one of her auntie if I should have any contact of maybe this motherless something. So I told her that for now, I don't have, if I see, I will let her know.
We did the exchange of numbers. She called me and said that have my auntie gotten anything? I told her, I said no, that my auntie have not gotten. She said okay, that she will call me later. Later, she told me that there is a baby that she got in contact with one of the blessed as she called. I will now bargain. I said okay, so it's 500,000. Then I called my auntie. My auntie said okay.
This woman, I gave it. I told her when I go to ministry, she said we try to take. When I call her, she said we have. She called me. I will come there. She give me the child. I give her the money.
How old was the child when she gave you?
2 years. 2 years. 5.
500,000.
Yes.
The Commissioner of Police advised parents to be vigilant while taking their children to marketplaces, as criminals have devised new tactics of abducting children.
And now to electoral matters. Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released the schedule of activities for the 2023 general elections following signing into law of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill by President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday. Chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, said that based on the requirements of the new act, which stipulates that notice of election be made at least 360 days before stipulated date of election, the Commission has moved the date of the 2023 Presidential and National Assembly elections to the 25th of February 2023, as well as Governorship and House of Assembly elections to the 11th of March 2023. Sagir Ibrahim reports.
The INEC chairman began by announcing the new dates for the 2023 presidential, governorship, national and state assembly elections.
The Commission has decided to adjust the dates for the 2023 general election to ensure compliance with the provisions of the new law. Accordingly, the presidential and national assembly elections will now hold on Saturday, 25th February 2023, while the governorship and state houses of assembly elections will hold 2 weeks later on Saturday, 11th March 2023. With this adjustment, the 2023 general election is now 363 days away.
Other critical time-bound activities on the notice of elections, such as conduct of party primaries, submission of nomination forms to INEC, commencement of campaign by political parties for the various elections, final day of campaign by political parties and so on, were also released. Professor Yakubu warned that parties who fail to comply with the timeline will not be allowed to nominate candidates to the Commission for participation in the election.
With the coming into force of the Electoral Act 2022, the Commission will work assiduously to conclude and publish new regulations and guidelines for the conduct of elections that are consistent with the Act. Any political party that fails to comply with the timelines provided for in the timetable and schedule of activities, particularly with respect to the conduct of party primaries and the nomination of candidates, will not be expected to nominate candidates to the Commission for elections.
He also expressed confidence in the capability of the Commission to transmit polling unit level results electronically to the INEC results viewing portal from its 176,000 polling units nationwide.
From the pilot we conducted, transmitting results to our IREF portal, we have covered all the nooks and crannies of Nigeria. We have had no challenge, whether it is remote rural place or urban areas, in transmitting results. So that has convinced us that actually we can transmit results by uploading polling unit level results to the IREF portal in from all the 176,000 locations nationwide.
On the issue of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, the INEC chairman says that despite setbacks recorded during the FCT area council elections, the BVAS had performed optimally in the ongoing state constituency elections across 4 states.
We had issues in the FCT area council elections, but what is happening right now as we speak in 4 states of the Federation is a cause for cheer. There are no glitches in Ogoja-Yala and Akpabio state constituency in Cross River. There are no glitches in Ongopala in Imo State. There are no glitches reported from Pangshin South in Plateau State or Jos North and Bassa federal constituency in the same Plateau State. And we have had no reports of glitches in Akure North, Akure South federal constituency in Ondo State. We responded, learned from the experience of previous elections, and we have improved on the functionality of the BVAS.
With the signing and passage of the new Electoral Act 2022, it is expected that critical issues such as early disbursement of election funds, early commencement of party primaries, inclusion of persons with disabilities, electronic accreditation of voters, and transmission of results, among others, will be put to rest. Sagir Ibrahim reporting for Trust TV.
And elsewhere, Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) have announced Amajiri Okani of the All Progressives Congress (APC) as the winner of the Saturday's Imo State Assembly by-election into Ungokwala constituency of Imo State. The returning officer Ameako announced the results at Umoneke, the council headquarters of Ungokwala local government area, on Sunday morning. The election results were published, displayed and transmitted electronically using Form EC60E and EC8A through the INEC's portal. Ame, who is a professor of drama and critical theory from Alex Ekweme Federal University, Ebonyi State, said the APC candidate got 9,248 to defeat Jeff Nwachukwu of the People's Democratic Party, who polled 7,071 votes, while the total registered voters across the 11 existing electoral wards in the area has 94,060. 11 political parties took part in the election. High turnout of voters is recorded during Saturday's by-election to fill the vacant seat of Bassa, Jos North Federal Constituency and the House of Representatives. Trust TV's Dixon Adama reports that the by-election is also hitch and violence-free. The by-election is to fill the vacuum created by the death of Haruna Meitala, who died last year with his son and 2 aides in an auto crash along Abuja-Jos Road. Reports indicate that bi-modal accreditation machines worked without hitches in most polling stations, as security agents were visible to maintain law and order. A total number of 11 political parties contest in the election.
It's on ground. I believe that the election is going to be fruitful and it's going to be successful. Because, in most by-election, there is always an apathy to it. But we believe with the sensitization of the people we have done so far, people will turn up, but they will turn up a bit late. And I believe you have already reached some of these polling units. You have seen it yourself. But at the end, I'm assuring you that it will be fruitful. Well, I think this is one of the best elections that INEC have ever conducted in my area I've seen so far. Because the time frame they came was on time. And as well, the security, I really want to appreciate them as well, because when you go to almost all the polling units, you see there are security men. Even with our own local security people are also engaged in it. So my sincerity is that the election is fair and is going to be free.
As you can see, there's not anything that is going on. The election is taking place peaceful. As you see it, we have started peaceful. By the special grace of God, we are going to have it peaceful. There's nothing that is going to take place, either fight or anything.
INEC has supplied enough material.
Everything is intact.
The security is
and
intact.
The security is intact, and the work is going normal. In fact, I can't predict yet, but it is my prayer if my party can win.
Okay.
But, we are all one.
Yes.
We are all one.
Okay.
We are all one family.
Yes.
But it is a struggle.
Yes.
One side is struggle for its own success, and the other side is struggle for its own success.
You're watching Trust TV News Updates. Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at how girlfriend sold her own baby. Do stay with us. You're still watching Trust TV News Update. Let's take a look at some of our top stories. We told you that bandits have killed many people, including a father and his son, in separate attack in Mashegu, Lavu and Wushishi local government areas of Niger State, with many residents displaced in the attack which occurred between Friday and Saturday. And the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has released the schedule of activities for the 2023 general elections following the signing into law of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill by President Muhammadu Buhari on Friday. And moving on to other story. On health, Nigeria on Saturday recorded 40 coronavirus infections across 3 states and the Federal Capital Territory. The latest update released by the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) on Sunday morning shows that the new confirmed cases have increased the country's infection to 254,501. The disease center stated that the country's death toll still stands at 3,142, as no fatality has been recorded since February 18, when it last reported a fatality case. NCDC also noted that a total of 248,993 people have been successfully treated and discharged nationwide. A Yola resident, Suleiman Ibrahim, is asking authorities to help him retake custody of his missing 3-month-old son, allegedly sold by his girlfriend for 20,000 naira to a woman engaged in human trafficking. Suleiman Ibrahim's ordeal first began after his love affair with girlfriend Justina Yakubu produced a child. The report.
The court, they say, is the last hope of the common man. Here at this court premises, one man's journey to retake custody of his 3-month-old child has left him frustrated with the administration of justice. But his quest for justice has one silver lining. This 4-year-old boy, Vincent Obanus, here is finally reuniting with his father after 6 months of separation and disappearance. Surprisingly, Justina Yakubu, the mother of this 4-year-old, is also standing trial at this court premises for selling her 3-month-old son for 20,000 to one Esther Romanus, now a defendant in a case of trafficking in persons. Suleiman narrated to Trust TV how his estranged fiancé sold their 3-month-old son to Esther and how luck also ran out on them. She came and said she wants to have a talk with me. I said I won't speak with her alone since we are at the station. The police would hear what she has to say. She then said the child is still alive. She claimed to have told me the baby was dead just to torture me, and that the baby is with one Dr. Esther Romanus, an Igbo woman who gave her 20,000 in exchange for the child. It was out of that money she transported herself back home to Maraba. I then cried and lamented why I behaved this way, knowing my predicament. I said I would have loved to bore my son and care for him. After hearing her confession, I asked the divisional police officer to give me a policeman who would accompany me to Yola to retake my son. On the way, Esther and Justina kept in touch until we arrived at Esther's residence with the female policewoman. We waited for Esther to return from the market. Esther was arrested by the policeman who asked her about the missing baby and his whereabouts. Esther confessed to receiving a 2-month-old baby at the time from Justina, but said the baby has been taken to Taraba State. Suleiman, whose hopes of also uniting with his 3-month-old son was dashed by the court ruling, has called on authorities to intervene. The police also discovered a 4-year-old boy who Esther had allegedly trafficked. The boy I learned is Justina's son, who she bore for another man. It was during investigations that the disappearance of the 4-year-old also unraveled. During interrogations at the station, Esther asked to be given some minutes that my child would soon be brought to the station. Shortly after, I saw an infant with a young lady. I recognized the baby as my missing 3-month-old son. I and my mother were overwhelmed with emotions. While my mother broke down in tears, I moved to beat the girl who brought the baby. I don't have anybody to help me on this case except God, because the defendant has hired 2 lawyers already for her defense. But I have no one to assist me but God alone. I am therefore calling on the Adamawa State government to intervene. While the legal tussle continues, counsel to the defendant and the state chairperson Federation of Women Lawyers, Hafsat Abdullahi, share their perspective on the case.
The allegation brought against them is that they have conspired to sell a child or sell persons for prostitution or for immoral acts. And the persons we are seeing in court here, which are the subject of the charge, is just a 4-year-old boy and a 3-month-old baby, which we all know cannot be used for prostitution. Yes. So that
actually the charge that was brought against the two defendants is that they've conspired to sell the children, and for the purpose of being used on immoral grounds. That is what the charge is all about. If you're talking about prostitution, yes, we might say that a boy of 3 years cannot go on prostitution, but we've seen cases where minors are being abused. A boy of 2 years, a boy of 3 years, a girl of 2 years, a girl of 3 years being used either through the anus or through the private part. We have seen it even here in Yola. We've recorded a case of a girl that is just 4 years and she was used, she was raped. So the issue of raping or immoral acts doesn't has to do with the age. A baby can be abused at any age and at any time.
And now we move over to the foreign scene, where at least 10 Greek nationals have been killed and 6 wounded by Russia's bombing in Ukraine. Greece's foreign ministry stated this in a statement, adding that it has summoned the Russian ambassador to Greece. And according to the statement, 6 people were killed in the Sartana village and 4 others in Bohas, located about 15 kilometers and 65 kilometers respectively north of Mariupol, adding that there is a child among the injured. And that we have come to the end of the news update on Trust Television. For more updates, please remember to follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching.